Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ahmad Fahmi Yusuf Ma'arif. I am from State Islamic Institute of Kediri, and I will present my presentation entitled Rhetorical and Lexical Cohesion in Bad Liar Song Lyric by Imagine Dragon. Okay, so we know doing research assignments does stress the students, okay, especially in Indonesia. Because of the demands of assignments and thesis work, which causes them to become stressed. And one solution to relieve stress is listening to songs. It, according to Ade at 2012. And the creation of a work of art, especially songs, has a purpose, where the goal is not only to be heard, namely as an aesthetic presentation. Okay, and songwriters create songs intending to convey a message to their listeners. A song, as a universal and effective medium, can convey the author's ideas, messages, and expressions to listeners through lyrics, tone, and how to present the song. So many musicians pour out their hearts through songs. A song is a form of literary work because basically a song is a song that is sung. Starting from the choice of words or dictions, language styles and rhyme are the same as poetry. And song lyrics will communicate several concepts, including telling something, conveying the impression of the author's experience, and generating comments and opinions from listeners. Even music can affect motivation or provoke listeners. Song lyrics are also full of the author's hidden messages or the author's heart. Communication that occurs through songs is when listeners or music lovers can understand the song's message or intent so that the interaction of one's inner world is formed with the outside world. The message contained in a song can invite, provoke, and teach something to the listeners. It requires more in-depth study of the song lyrics to receive messages or understand the song appropriately. Examining song lyrics can be done by using discourse analysis. Discourse is a series of sentences that are interrelated and contain language units most complete, most extensive, and highest that can be delivered either orally or in writing, which have excellent and continuous cohesion and coherence. Discourse is a unity of meaning between parts in a language structure. Using the term discourse covers conversation or chat and public speaking, writing, and formal endeavors such as scientific reports. And for the next researcher to know the meaning contained in a discourse, further research is needed. Research related to discourse is critical discourse analysis. There are two ways to approach language. The first is contextual and the second is formal. The contextual referring to facts outside of language and formal referring to the facts in the language. The way to understand this distinction might be to think of standard features such as constructing our minds from the black marks that make up the writing on the page or from the speech sounds captured by our ears. While contextual features exist somewhere beyond this physical realization of the world's language, or was already in the minds of the readers. The range of languages whose treatment is formally referred to as the text. It is necessary to consider text contextual factors to explain what gives rise to unity in a language stretch or of more than one sentence. It cannot be said that there is no formal relationship between sentence in discourse. Discourse analysis might suggest ways of directing teacher and student attention to formal features that also operate across sentences. Thus, we will categorize these formalings and then examine to what extent they will explain why a series of sentences is discourse and not just a confused jumble. And a cohesive device or connecting device, namely the formal link between sentences and between clauses, are several ways of making text cohesive involving the classification at the level of grammar, lexical, and rhetoric. This task focuses on analyzing the lexical and rhetorical links in Imagine Dragons but live lyrics. As additional information, the lyrics of the song contain English metaphors that cannot be taken literally. And for the method, in this part of the method, the author will describe the technical implementation of activities or basic needs that target the activity. This research is descriptive qualitative research using critical discourse analysis. And data analysis is critical discourse analysis, cohesive device theory. The analysis process is carried out at each verse of the song to facilitate the analysis process. More specifically, Rhetorical model of critical discourse analysis includes three dimensions. The first dimension is a text. In the first dimension, the text is analyzed by paying attention to vocabulary, semantics, sentence structure, coherence, and yes, I'm sorry. The second dimension is the practice of discourse. In this second dimension, we will see the value of content of the ideology or understanding that underlies the process of producing and consuming text. Okay, and for the result, for the lexical cohesion, there are four that the researcher can be found. But the first one is repetition, and the second is synonym, and the third is antonym, and the same, and fourth is the same semantic field. And for the repetition, in the first stanza, it is stated that the sentence "trust me" is repeated 4 times. This word is addressed to his wife to continue to believe in the vocalist. The word "darling" is repeated 4 times. This word also refers to his wife. Now you know it was repeated 3 times. This word was addressed to his wife where everything the vocalist had count was revealed. Wild Bat is repeated 4 times. This word is addressed to the vocalist himself, where all the lies he has been doing so far are known to his wife. And the second is synonym. Instead of repeating the same word, the author uses similar words with similar meaning called synonyms. There are 4 items synonym or close synonym. Songwriters deliberately use different words, even though they mean the same thing to vary the song lyrics vocabulary. The first is pray, where in the first stanza, the second line has the word pray, which has the same meaning as the third line, fictive. And second is faith, which is in the first stanza of the seventh line, which has the same meaning as belief in the second stanza of the eighth line. And the word believe the same meaning as the word trust in the first stanza of the fourth and ninth lines. The third is paradise, mentioned in the third stanza of the third line, which has the same meaning in the second line's fourth stanza. The last one is fake in the second verse of the sixth line, which has the same meaning as the word crocodile tears in the first verse of the eighth line, which has a lie. And third is antonym. A part of synonyms, the writer also provides antonym words. In the lyric writing of the song, there are 3 antonym items contained in the lyric of the song. The first are enemies, and the fourth stanza is the sixth line, which have opposites in words dear and darling, which are in the first stanza of the first line and the first stanza of the ninth line. The second is the word loveless in the first stanza of the fifth line, which has the opposite word in the fourth stanza of the fifth line. Finally, the word faith in the first stanza of the seventh line has the opposite word wild in the third stanza of the first and the fourth lines. And the fourth is the same semantic fields. According to Adrian, the semantic field is a set of words related to meaning. The lexical field, the meaning field, and the semantic systems are also parts of this phrase. The linguist Adrian Lehrer defines a semantic field more specifically as a set of lexemes and encompasses certain conceptual domains and have certain definable relationship. The word war has a semantic relationship with terror, prey, innocent, victim, gun, enemy, wage, and fear. The analogy is that war referred to here is not a real war, namely a war against a mistake he has made to make the vocalist trust his partner. The word belief has a semantic relationship with trust, faith, wild, and fake. By admitting all his mistakes and bad behavior, the vocalist Reynolds feels that he is not the man his lover. Thus Reynolds only hopes that his admission and honesty will make Asia Folkman here is his ex-wife, okay? And honesty will make believe in him. Trust me, I've been honest and admit all my mistakes, so believe me, is the analogy. And the second is rhetorical cohesion. In this rhetorical cohesion, the researchers found three parts. The first is parallelism of sound. In couplet 1, word dear parallels in sound with the word ear. Word darling parallel in sound with darling. Word tear parallel in sound with ear, tear, fear. In couplet 2, words escape it parallels in sound with the word fake, kid, and erase it. In couplet 3, word no parallels in sound with the word go. In couplet 4, word thing parallels in sound with the word ring. And the second is parallelism of form. In lyric, I wish I could escape it has the same form as I wish I could erase it. And the third is semantic parallelism. The phrase of difficult year has the same meaning as a loveless years. The phrase trust me darling have the same meaning as a believe in me. From the analysis results with the lexical cohesion theory, the researcher concluded that the songwriters try to convey message about their living condition experiencing a crisis of trust and dispute. From the theory or rhetorical cohesion, it is known that the singer tried to convince him that he is trying to correct his mistakes and rebuild his relationship. Analyzing two points of view, lexical and rhetorical cohesion, such as discourse, will make it easier for us to understand the song's content because each writer tries to organize the text using cohesive tools. Finally, the message can be conveyed well to the reader. In English language teaching, researchers suggest that teachers can use this kind of analysis and in the classroom by using other types of songs or text to learn to use language in everyday daily life. So thanks. That's all from me. I'm so sorry and thank you.